Guardian General, Countess. At last, the gods have answered my prayers.
この人がクインタスか。こっちはあ、セスリーかなこれ。あ、そうやな。あらクインタス、元気にしてた。
As well as can be expected.
あ、そっかそっか、前作の戦闘の時に一緒に戦ったやつやったな。残念ながらあまり楽しい状況とは言えないけど。
Indeed. Zethri has told me all there is to know about our task at hand. What evil has been plaguing our lands, and the reason behind it. I couldn't figure it out at first. Why would the Emperor, so-called, send me all the way to this region when the raiders we were meant to prevent were protected with immunity? Yes, they come into Cyrodiil and we prevent further excursions, but we are not allowed to follow them back to their base. At the very foot of that mountain, Morag Cepheus informed me that crossing the border and marching into Hammerfell was irregular and could be seen as an act of war. But the real reason is all too sinister and depraved. I thought they were slavers at first, their spoils mostly comprised of people. People that go into that mountain and never come out. But now it's clear. What a fool I have been.
あなたは知らなかったんでしょう、クインタス。
Cassius told me you were coming. My sword is yours to command.
What's up there, Quintus?
An army of leeches. At the foot of the mountain, there's a considerable force of raiders. They do the dirty work, round up the people and have them sent to the pits. Further up, there's a small battalion of mercenaries defending the ruins.
The pits?
There's some ancient Aelid ruins on the top of that mountain, but they lead deep into the earth, to the antechamber where they keep the Bridge of Sighs. The pits are winding catacombs, where, as I said, the army of leeches are located, vampiric defilers. We now know they are the Akaviri, human remnants. The people are harvested there. Not only that, the soul gem is protected by Taisi sergeants, led by General Oxyamaka. Oddly enough, he's the only one we can name. The others, they're just numbers.
オクシーなんとかって鎧武者やんな。以前ブラッドレッドの玉座で始末したもの、ロスクリーで遭遇したものと同じなの？
The very same.
セスリー、数はどれほど？
I lost count.
赤ビリの存在が大きいのは？
Cassius bought a map from their war galley you destroyed in the Sea of Ghosts. Invasion routes is our guess. We think they've been secretly biding their time.
Waiting for the moment to come. The age of the serpent.
本題に入りましょうか。
Of course. When Cassius arrived several days ago, we discussed the offensive. First, we had the problem of the river. I travelled to Anvil and persuaded the Count to allow me to build a pontoon. You saw it as you arrived. I told him it was prudent to have a forward warning post connected to the main camp. Of course, none of the nobles here in the Gold Coast know anything about the truth. But I told him it was imperative and it would stop the slavers.
Quintus has been sending patrols frequently. We don't think it's caused the enemy to become too suspicious. 20 men go out, 10 come back.
Half of my men are
ていうかセスリー
already
な
on
ん
the
か声違
Hammerfell
く
side
な
of
い？
the river. Good men, Guardian.
気のせい
They
か。
are loyal and Cassius's arrival has bolstered morale. Many are from his old legion. And now you and the Countess are here. They are ready and at your command.
見えそうやで、クインタス。さすがね、クインタス。敵の防衛計画は？
Here, on the map, the raiders have a base camp at the foot of the mountain. We need to force our way through to access the rampart that leads to the top.
持てる戦力すべてを使って攻撃しなければ。
Agreed. At the top, the Aliad ruins are occupied by mercenaries. A company-sized unit mainly consisting of elven
がっ
renegades
つり戦
and a few
闘になり
orcs.
そうやな今回は。
They've been there since I arrived. Probably the remnants of the New Order. They are also supplied by the raiders.
Once we hit the raiders' camp, we're hoping the mercs will just think it's one of Quintus' patrols stay too deep and ignore us.
I've stepped up patrols and forced some skirmishes lately, so it won't seem too out of the ordinary. But once we hit them hard at the foot of the mountain, I suggest you take some veterans and make your way as quickly as possible to the summit and neutralize the mercenaries as quick as possible.
Once inside, they'll know we're here. Speed is of the essence.
Is Morag Zethius in there?
She's been here for a few days.
There will be no quarter-given guardian, no pity. I'll be taking no prisoners. Every man
もしかして
available
結構終盤に
will
入っ
be
てんのかな。
needed.
セスリ、回復薬や治療薬などの物資を入手できない？い
As it happens, I came across a few crates of some such items
や、絶対声違うよ
carelessly
な。
left by the Anvil docks, and have made sure of their distribution amongst the troops. Of course, I saved you and the Countess, so just in case.
さすがはセスリね。それとそれらから目を離さないでほしい。地位はできるわね。
Don't worry, Dragonborn. As a mage, my place is also to protect Sorella.
ちゃうな。こっちか？ちゃうな。お？あ、門開いたで。なんか来た。あ、伝令や。
General Quintus, there's an envoy here to see you.
使者。
Expecting visitors, Quintus?
Not that I know of. Who is it, soldier?
なんか今ピコンって言って。
They're asking for the Guardian General and the Countess
Right.
Rigmor.
何の音やろ。
The last Dragonborn. And the Princess of Tamriel. We have a dossier on you, my lady, worthy of its own library shelf.
What is it you want here, Justicar?
Please allow me to introduce myself.
司法交換って字間
I
違え
am
てたよ
Count
な
Valeronian
絶対
Cameus of Lelandro, envoy of the Almere Dominion, and Commander-in-Chief of Tesso, the Elven Special Operations. There are Elven criminals that need to have swift justice exacted upon them. Renegades and former New Order traitors dug in on the top of Table Mountain, and I have been sent to offer my services as a gesture of goodwill between the Empire and the Dominion.
Yeah, right.
話しかけたらいいのかな。
I don't ask that you like us, Countess. I only ask for your trust.
Trust? Your organization is no better than that of the New Order. Wherever the Thalmor tread, they leave a trail of misery, torture, and death. The only good thing Sethius did was kick you out of Cyrodiil.
I do understand your hostility, and I don't blame you, not for one moment. We, the Dominion, owe you a debt of gratitude for helping bring about the demise of the New Order. And I want to take this chance to personally apologize on our behalf for the suffering you endured at the hands of that traitor, the Thalmor General.
Don't you even dare mention his name.
No,
あいつ名前何やったっけな。
of course. How insensitive of me. But General Quintus, my special forces are at your disposal if you so wish it. I hope we can unite to bring about an end to the monster that resides within that mountain. And might I, at the very least, be offered the courtesy of parley, as to understand the situation. Please do not be alarmed, or suspicious. This letter of introduction should suffice to prove my intentions are genuine. It is signed by many dignitaries, including the Council of Elders in Exile, the High Justiciar from the Isles, and diplomatic emissaries from Valenwood and elsewhere, to name but a few.
That's a lot of names. You must be very special to be endorsed by virtually the whole of Tamriel, Count Cumaeus.
And what's in it for you?
We only want to win the war. As I said, milady, we owe you a debt of gratitude. Nothing more.
Quintus, you can't trust this ass clown. He's a Justicar, a
あ、
Thalmor.
でも合ってんのかこれ。司法官。
It's pronounced
あ、間
just...
違えた。
Rigmor. Even Barendar is a
やっ
signatory.
ぱり違ってたよ。
Let's all go inside and discuss the planning there.
Whatever. I think I'll just go take a walk. The air around here has become unpleasant,
まあなあ、
to say the least.
ブルーまでの一件があるしな。
Guardian General, see if you can talk some sense into her. I'll bring the Count up to date.
またか。あ、こっちは間違えた。こっちか。どこにいるのかな。あ、おった。あれ、ああ、あれか、移動先まで待たなあかんのか。はい、いていて、どうせあの上やろ。あ、ちゃうんや。
If you've come to talk me around, don't waste your breath.
Rigmor、今は特殊な状況よ。どんな協力でも歓迎すべきよ。
Don't trust them. Damn elves.
うちもエルフなんやけどな、一応な。
No, I didn't mean it like that.
これ、うちがダークエルフやからこうなるのかな。ちゃうか。関係ないかな。悪気がないのは分かっている。でも思い出して敵は。
Yeah, I remember. The enemy of
敵。
my enemy is still my enemy.
さあ、リグモール、もう水に流して。
Let it go!
まあでも悪いことをしてたら大体サルモールって
They
感じやけど
murdered
な。
my father in the worst way possible. He was denied a warrior's death and they paraded him around the street of Alinor while the people spat upon him, Dragonborn. They kicked and beat him and they publicly hanged him for all the world to see. And he was all alone.
あ、
And there
やっ
was
ぱりあの
no
赤の
one
ラグナ
there
ル
for
とは
him. They
違うのか。
tore my family apart, enslaved my mom, and flogged me to within an inch of my life. No, I will not let it go. So don't you dare try to patronize me. They will always be my enemy, and I can never, ever forgive them.
あの男は家族に危害を与えた連中に正義を下しに来たのよ。
I want nothing to do with him or his special forces.
少なくとも彼は謝罪する良識を持ち合わせている。
So that makes it all right.
そうは言ってない。でもリグモル、口論はもうたくさん。
Okay. Maybe you're right. Come on then. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Here's the map. As you can see, the mountain has at its foot a base camp, Red Guard nomad raiders. The heights and the top are guarded by mercenaries, a few orcs, and your elven renegades.
I see. And the plan?
We attack the base camp simultaneously in a pincer movement. The Guardian and Countess ascend the slopes and take control of the heights. That's where you come in.
I suggest my forces are to accompany the Countess. Not only to take out the renegades, but to offer some protection.
I have updated the Count. He is to accompany your assault.
こいつらと共同戦線張るんや。
Are you with child?
What? How dare you? You had better keep your distance, Calcameus, or I won't be responsible
なん
for
で
what
そんなこと
happens
聞いた
to you. As soon as you've dealt with your elven renegades, I want you out of here. Do we understand each other?
ぶっ飛ばされなくて運が良かったわね。高貴な紳士釜安伯爵にあるまじき無礼な態度ね。彼女を説得する苦労が分かってるのって。運が良かったね。
My apologies. I assumed...
彼女はあなたのことを許すつもりだった。
Can we talk privately? Thank you, General Quintus, for your hospitality.
うん。
We'll be waiting for the attack to begin, then join you. You and I both know what's going on here, Guardian. I assume you spoke to the priest.
その司祭について何か知っているの？
He appears like a ghostly apparition, out of nowhere, but can only walk amongst us for a short time.
何者なんや？
At first it bothered me greatly. He told me of my own destiny, how it was entwined with yours, that we will both go on to become harbingers of a new era for men and mare,
ほう。
and beast.
釜安、なかなか重要なポジションやねんな。彼は神なの？
I believe so. Or is a guiding voice for them. He is the reason I am here at all.
やっぱ赤トシュなんかな。私について何と言っていた？
He said that you are unpredictable and it worries the gods. And if you were to deny them, other ways would need to be sought to fulfill the prophecy.
リグモールは私の意思に反してでも子供を身ごもるというの。むしろ呪い、彼女にとっては死の宣告ね。ふざけないで神も予言もクソくらえよ。この辺したいけどちょっとこれが気になるな。想像妊娠するのかな。ええ、祠に触れた。
I see. That's
おい
all
お
I
いお
needed
前
to
ちょっと
know.
待てや。ちゃんと説明しろよ。待って、あなた何者？司祭と同じ亡霊か何かなの？
We are just pawns in a game not of our choosing, Dragon Slayer. We are all servants of the great Lord Akatosh.
あ、やっぱ赤年っぽいな。私は誰のしもべでもない。
Are you really such a blind fool? I think not. The gods are cruel. They play their games, but this time, the threat is real. I was chosen by the priest to gather a force, a special force, and I've been waiting years, biding my time, only for this moment.
あなたがいなくてもできる。
You think you can enter that mountain and prevail against the undead alone? What awaits you in there is beyond the realms of mortals, and the only safe way through, to bring that little girl, the orphan bandit child, to do what must be done, can only be accomplished at the point of my silver swords. I am afraid that the Countess, no, Princess, will have to endure my company for a little while longer. It must be so debilitating for her, after everything she has been through all these years.
リグモールの何がわかるというの？
I am on your side, Dragon Slayer. On Rigmor's side. I personally took responsibility for the apprehension of the new order in Alnor. And I've been playing my role in the game, as you yours.
策略には乗らないあなたのであれ。司祭やデイドラや神々のであれ。
Blind fool, look at you! What are you? Obviously you cannot even recall any schooling. Do you even remember where you were born? Where exactly do you hail from?
い
Do
や
you
その
recall
設定
anything
が
at
ない
all
んで
about your past? Is there one single thing you can tell me about yourself? Were you hatched from an egg, or forged in a dank pool from offal?
軽率な言動には気をつけることね。
What of her? Rigmor, child of Ragnar named
シグンスドッ
Sigurdsdottir.
ティって何？
Her whole life is a book. A tragedy to be read by all and sundry. A child chosen for a fate worse than death, and she keeps enduring. She keeps giving. Her strength and resolve unsurpassed.
もう用はないわ構えやす。
She is born to reign, and born to bear a child, and you no longer will be the last dragonborn. For there shall be another. Akatosh wills it.
やっぱ子供産むんや。
So we're not done. Not yet, Dragon Slayer. Not by a long chalk.
神に背いてリグモールを束縛から解放したら
It's too late whether you like it or not. Rigmor's life was never hers to live. She is of the Mead dynastic bloodline, and will take her rightful place. The people will demand it. You can, of course, wander the wilderness for the rest of your days, or drink yourself to death. Have you spoken to the princess, Rigmor, about her fate? Because you should.
その時が来たら考える。
But what if, when you arrive there, there is no bridge to cross? You owe her the truth at the very least. Stop treating her like a fragile porcelain doll. You may come to find that actually, she does have what it takes after all. The child will be a septum, and she will be called Kintyra. Who you are should be as plain as the nose on your face. Until next time.
真実を教えなきゃだね。おお。セスリさん。
おい。
関係ないんかい。いや、これはあれやな。話があるっぽいな、こいつら。行くんかい話あるんちゃうの？ちょっとカシウス。ちゃうんかよ。じゃあリグモールのとこ行こうか。どっちやったっけ？こっちか？あ、いたいた。起きてー。
Is it time to go already?
いえ、話がある。
What is it?
気分はどう？
Okay, I guess.
次に話せる機会はないかもしれない。率直に言うけど私に何かあるかもしれない。
Dragonborn, nothing is going to happen to you. What's made you think this way?
感じる？
Feel what? What's gotten into you? You're beginning to worry me now.
外は大混乱だけど二人で中にいると時間が止まったみたい。聞いて。
I'm listening.
リグモール祠に触れてから何か変化はない。
No,
個人的なことでも何でも全部教えてくれない？
well, I did notice.
おお、あれで身ごもったんや。
Down there?
あ、率直やな。
No, it's not. It did worry me a little bit, but I just put it down to, women things. Irregularity.
これまで司祭が接触してきて導きや信託を授かったことは？
No. Dragonborn, you're scaring me now. What's going on?
子供ができたとしてもし男の子なんと名付ける？
Dragonborn, what's going on?
大事なことなの信じて後で説明するから心配いらないわ。これはちょっ
I
と
would call
不安になるや
him
ろ。
after my father.
おお、ラグナルにするんや。もし女の子だったらどんな名前が思い浮かぶかしら。
Kintara.
キンタイラー。ああ、
Dragonborn, what's going on?
女の子が生まれるのか。ほんなら祠のある滝壺でのことを覚えてる？
Yes. I remember, of course.
話し相手が誰か聞いたでしょう。
Go on.
実は司祭の亡霊と話していた。
This is frightening me now, Dragonborn. You had better not be making some kind of joke because it's not funny.
冗談ではないわ。あなたに関する助言を聞きに赤都主大聖堂へ行った時彼を見たの。
What about me?
フリアソフからあなたが危ないと聞いて逃げ道がないか聞きに行った。
You prayed at the chapel.
真剣に聞いて。
Okay, sorry. I just can't imagine you doing that. That's all. That's sweet of you. The danger of bearing a child. Your child? We talked about that.
二人が恋人であろうとなかろうと金平という女の子を授かる。
By the gods.
その言葉通り祠に触れたことによって未来が定まったの。
Dragonborn, you can't be sure about that. I know the shrine went all weird, but shrines do that kind of thing with their glowing, shiny stuff
祠っ
thing.
て司祭は神々の力を過小評価するなと警告した。
I could be pregnant, but it's too early to tell, and if I am, then we must trust them. For my sake.
悪いけど断る。こちらに選択肢などなかったし最初から利用されていた。
It all fits now that I think about it. I've become so used to being used by the gods, so don't feel guilty. If I do have a child and I don't make it, promise me you'll love her, care for her, and remember me. I would gladly die in your arms. You've always known that I love you. I know you don't see it that way, and I have respected that, truly. And if Kintira were to become
えらい物分かりがいい
Empress
な。
of all Tamriel, then at least my wretched life amounted to something.
あなたを死なせるつもりはない。何か手を探すわ。
I know you would. Promise me you'll take good care of her.
彼女がこれ以上望みようのないほどに約束などできないのは分かってるでしょう。こっちにしようか。
You must go. Prepare for the battle. Come and get me when the time is right.
いやー今回話ばっかりになってるな。クインタスと話す。クインタス外か。どこだ？ああ、目の前おったんや。状況は？
Everything is ready. Sethri has joined Cassius and his unit to help protect the child. They have already gone ahead to await the attack and will follow in your wake. Count Cameus and his men are in position. All we need to do now is join them.
ベースキャンプで兵士に襲撃の最終準備をさせて、リグモールを連れてすぐに合流する。
Understood.
じゃあ今回ここで話しただけで終わっちゃいましたけどね。まあ時間も結構いいとこまで行ってるやろし、ここで終わっておきましょうかね。それではまた次回お会いしましょう。